Today we have the story of the feeding of the 5,000 by Jesus. Now that was quite a feat. If he did that today, he'd be a superstar. He'd be on the news, and no doubt it made him a superstar in his day, because many people did run after him, thinking only of the food. However, there's another side to it. You're with Mission Alive. This is Roger from the MSC Mission Office. If you go for a walk in the bush or somewhere, you usually take some water with you. You might even take something to eat, like some sandwiches or fruit or something like that. There's some reflection on the story of the feeding of the 5,000, of what really happened, because people went to follow Jesus into the country, and these were people who were used to looking after themselves. So the theory is that, or the reflection is, that they took food with them in their bags, bread and dried fish and whatever else. And the real miracle was that when the people saw Jesus and the apostles sharing a small amount of food, then they all reached into their bags and they shared food with each other. So the whole 5,000 were fed. So the miracle was people's generosity. We can all do that or not. Years ago, when I was in Borragona in Bush Rigo in Papua New Guinea, I used to go on patrol to a place called Galeba. And one weekend, for whatever reason I don't know, there was a family, an Australian family, were visiting Papua New Guinea, and somehow they ended up with me for the weekend. So I took them on this walk into Galeba. So it was an hour's drive up a pretty bad road. I left the truck and then I walked down the hill for probably less than an hour. And then I did whatever I did there, said mass, I met with the people, and did it, and then we walked back. So we were walking back, it was pretty hot, it was about midday. Now amongst the group, there was a young girl in her teens, seemed normal, healthy, fit young girl, but the heat got to her and she was getting sick, probably a bit dehydrated, and she couldn't go any further. So I had some water up in the truck. So one of the boys that was working with us, I gave him the key and said, quick, run up to the truck, get that water and bring it back down, which he did, and we gave it to the girl and she was okay. When we got back up to the truck, one of the men, not her father, reached into his bag, pulled out a bottle of water and drank from it. And I looked at him and I thought, why didn't you produce that water down on the truck when this young girl needed it? So we can share what we have in our pack or not. And this is a lesson to us. So people shared when they went to see Jesus. Maybe there was a guy who was a baker who thought this is a good opportunity, and he loaded up a few bags of bread and he went along and he probably sold it to them. Or he might have been generous and gave it out to them. This is what happens with the MSC Mission Office. Every morning we get in some of these envelopes with cash, checks, or as on the back, as you probably well know, indications of credit card. And it's amazing what comes in. So I open all of these, and one morning, what would you think? I got $1. $1. And I said to one of the ladies in the office here, I said, there is the widow's mite. And others regularly give from the envelope, which way is up, $5 over there. And then some might send in $10. So, and there's one fellow, he sends in $10 every week, regular as clockwork. One other morning here, only had 3 envelopes. I opened 3 of them, and there were 3 checks which together added up to $12,000. So some people have more in their bag than others, but the miracle is that it's shared, and it's on all these donations, small or large, that the Mission Office is able to fund projects in many places. So there's a reflection for today on the feeding of the 5,000. How many thousands can we feed? How many thousands can we give water to? How many thousand youth can we help out in life? There is the mission. Thank you for being with us.